Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How are things going on this first day of NFL Day?
Oh, wonderful. Can't wait. All right.
It was like the longest off season in the history. Anyway.
Were you alive during Alex Smith years? What are you talking about?
That was in season. Yes, and I was. And it was, anyway.
We talked 8 years. 8 years.
And they could have had
Aaron Rodgers.
Could have had Aaron Rodgers.
Anybody. All right. So this is thank you, Skip Bayless. All right. Today, we're talking about SEO. And so
all right.
Thanks for joining us. All right. But actually, today's a news roundup. So every day of my life, it seems, scouring the news wires for news stories about SEO that will affect local businesses. So that way you don't have to, Jamie.
All right.
Yeah. And I'll break down 4 of them.
Good filter.
And why it's important for you as a local business owner to kind of either be aware of these things or be pleasantly surprised because I told you so. You might hear that a few times.
I love that. That's my favorite.
I told you so, people. All right. Ready?
Ready.
All right. One kind of cool feature that Google started allowing this past month to certain businesses, and this is on your Google business profile, is finally they're allowing you to add your social platforms. That means on that Google listing, sometimes you'll see them already there, like Google would pick up from your website schema, for example, if it had been done properly. You would see it would pick up your Facebook page, your LinkedIn page, maybe your Yelp page or something like that. But now, for select businesses, like they're rolling out this feature from August, and that's the ability to add those social links. And that is a very good thing. That's a very good thing. Do you know why, Jamie?
Well, because it's convergence of all the different platforms all going to Google. Yeah.
That's actually right. And it's a way to build authority for your local business. And it's now an official way to do that. One of the things that Google wants to see, and one reason actually even a site with great SEO, why they don't rank is because they're not being promoted on other social platforms. That was another thing that Google announced or let loose or mentioned in one of their calls this past month is if what do you do if your site has everything done right, but it's not ranking? And that is one other factor. And is it being promoted on other platforms, in other venues, in other networks? So now this little feature allows you to explicitly tell Google, hey, we own this one, we own this one, and we own this one. So great way. Yeah. Like Jamie said, convergence. Awesome. So if you want to check to see if your business can do that, log into your Google Business platform, click on Business Settings, and then click on the Contact button. There you should have some fields that you're able to put in your Facebook page or whatever. Now, if you don't see that, obviously it's not available for you quite yet. So just know that it's coming.
Okay.
All right. So, and take advantage of that because it is one thing that we do see, and it's weird, but sometimes businesses don't rank very well. And that now Google has said the reason it's not ranking well is maybe they're not getting promoted on other platforms. Okay, and another one. This past month, Google they announced that there was a core update. Jamie, do you know what a core update could be?
where they change everything.
Yeah, pretty much. So they change.
Okay, good.
They change how things are ranking. And so, say for example, you have a bunch of content that's ranking really well. Suddenly, you see a massive drop in visitors. Well, you've been victimized by that core update. So, what Google says is, hey, if that happened to you and your rankings suddenly bottomed out, maybe give it a few weeks, and those rankings could return. So that's a good thing. Or maybe you need to reevaluate what's on those pages and the information for its quality. And, basically they want you to take a look at those pages that did lose that ranking and see kind of what a visitor to the site is thinking and maybe try and improve those pages. Okay. That's the other thing we did see, kind of an official adjunct to that core update is tons more local business reviews were eliminated. So we had a client, an HVAC company that had 400 plus reviews. They lost 120 reviews overnight.
That was not, and I bet they were very much looking inward.
Well, they called
how
me.
They can improve their bit.
They called me and said, WTF, Adam? And I just explained what happened. And then they said, well, okay, so let's call Google and see what we can do. And I was like, that doesn't work.
Google?
Yeah, there's no outlet. There's no recourse. There's no redress. There's, you just have to understand that those are gone. Some might come back, but in the course of eliminating a lot of fake reviews, of course, there were a bunch that were not fake, and they were eliminated. So this is now the new landscape that we're in, especially with Google and reviews. It's very similar to Yelp, and it's getting even more similar, which means our algorithm is unknowable.
All right.
Yes. So you're welcome, I guess. It's super frustrating. If you have questions about how to increase the amount of reviews and strategies to do so, just take a look at some past episodes. I know we've done a bunch. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, last one is kind of one that I've talked about before, and that is Google came out and said, hey, everyone, Google Sites, the sites that you can make on Google. You can type in Google Sites, and then you can make your own website for free and everything. And then it'll be live on the internet, all that stuff. They said, those don't really rank well. Which is crazy.
Google doesn't rank their
own. Because you're like, wait, what?
Okay.
Wait a second. Yeah, they're not ideal for SEO purposes, is how it was put. So what that means is, if you have a business that just needs a postcard on the internet, that's great. Google Sites has always been your answer. Understand that, in my opinion, that also applies to like GoDaddy websites. So if you go to a GoDaddy, like GoDaddy has a website builder, it's another one where it's rough. They are very, very difficult to rank. Google is basically saying that those Google Sites, they are very difficult to rank. So I do see some small businesses invest in them, and I've always wondered, what's the point? Because if you have competitors, they're going to outrank you. There's a lot of little minutia that's involved in SEO, and one of the main ones is that you're going to be verifying that website using Google Search Console, so you can get information about it, and it signals to Google that this is a real site and it's a real business. But doing so with a Google site, weirdly, is not possible, or doesn't matter, or forget it, is what Google said. So maybe that'll change next month. I don't know. But what it does let you know is that those one-page websites or those super out-of-the-box website builders, you want to kind of avoid, because they do have a lot of problems. And even though everything you'll read about them, according to them, says, oh, we're great, you can totally rank, all that stuff, doesn't work. All right. So I thought that was hilarious that I read that, and I was like, oh, Jamie, I'd love to hear that. I'm right.
I mean, Google doesn't work with Google? I think that's what Adam's saying.
It's weird because the idea, and people do sell these as a service, right? They'll say, I'll make a Google site for you. It'll point back to your original website, and that will get some kind of juice. But Google is saying basically, we're well aware of that trick and don't bother. So it's weird. It's like they're defaulting to those are trick websites. Great. Thank you.
Hooray.
Yes. So marketing ruins another thing, Jamie.
It's not that bad.
Add to the list.
Has some good points.
All right. Any questions? That's all I got for our news stories for this past month.
Well, I did see something about Google and Google Chrome, basically, and I think they've had this forever, is tracking your, everything, so you can get targeted ads.
Yeah.
But
thank you. Yeah, you can even speed up your web browsing experience by turning on some great features that allow Google advertisers to track you even better.
Oh, okay. So I was right. All right, good.
That doesn't really relate to local businesses, but last one, quick one. Google did announce that your domain name is never going to really make or break your SEO. Meaning, if you put your-bestpodcast.com, that's not going to do really anything ranking wise to your podcast or your business.
Trick people.
Yeah, but I get probably 7 to 10 emails every day saying, hey, we want to sell you SEO-agency-master of the universe or something. Yeah, that doesn't work anymore, everybody. So,
best ever ice cream.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't buy those. Don't do it. I've done a podcast on that before, and this announcement just validated that. So thank you.
Okay. All right. So we'll wrap it up there. And we want to thank Adam for taking time out of his extremely busy schedule to impart some wisdom on us about what's happening in the world of Google, because it is relevant to your business and hopefully to other people, turn them onto this podcast, because in most cases, they're very busy running their business, may not have any time to figure out what's going on in SEO, but it's highly relevant to their business. That was not me, Adam, but anyway.
Go ahead.
And so if you are enjoying this podcast, we would love for you to give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to it. And then lastly, if you do have a question about anything going on in SEO, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then put in a search term that you are looking for. And chances are there's at least 2 or 3 podcasts about that topic. And should you have any further questions or anything else, please visit us on our Facebook or LinkedIn page, Local SEO in 10, and we will talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.